Will do, bud. gotta do?
What?
What's Spotty gotta do?
What?
What's Spotty gotta do to get a drink of soda pop around here?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Onward VR Master League. My name is NightFiree. I am here with my co-caster, Todd. Todd, how are we doing today?
Oh, we are doing great. We got a great matchup today. We got Blaze and yours truly, G-Man.
Yeah, it should be a promising series. G-Men been playing relatively well as of late. Some strong matches against Global, although they did lose that series. They took the first map Global, and only map Global has lost this season.
Yeah, it's kind of an achievement. However, the rest of their games, they weren't on point. So we're hoping that they can pull off something today, get a nice point on the scoreboard.
Yeah, taking a look at the G-Men roster, it is Biggie Smalls, the man, 404, Chief Pineapple, myself, Nightfire, Peasley, Swooty, and Youthful Lion. And it's a strong roster. They're a very well practiced team at this point. We've been preparing a lot over this course of this season, and I think they're in very good competitive shape right now.
However, on the other side, we got Blaze, who have been playing very well lately. They've been doing good against Animal House, Legionnaires, Solaris. They've got a lot of wins on the board here with the roster like Not Ready, No Man, Batman, Crimson Catalyst. They're just full of great players.
Yeah, taking a look at their roster. Yeah, you took at that last score. They actually won in points against Stone Cold Killers in their most recent match, but they lost the series because they lost to the map. The map score was 4-3 Suburbia, and then they won 0-5 on Tanker, and then 4-2 on Quarantine. So putting up good fights on two maps and dominating on Tanker. I wonder if we'll see that map come up again.
It's a team full of skilled players who just know each other very well. They've been here since last season. Actually, a merger of two teams. I believe it was originally some members of ITN came over to what is now Blaze, and so they've all kind of formed a super team, and they've been doing really well.
Yeah, I think, correct me if they're wrong, they also have like a sister break-off team. We can actually look at their bio. Formed in March 2018. Formed by Not Ready, recruiting two of the players that started off their team, losing every match the first season. They stuck with it. They managed to stay in things and obviously become a much more competitive team this season.
I don't know, personally, that's something I wouldn't put on my resume, but hey, it's their team.
Yes, it is. I'm going to try and gather the information for this map so we can be hopping in shortly.
As Nightfire is investigating, my predictions for this map will probably be, I'm expecting to see Tanker at least. I just got a feeling. I don't know why. but I feel like Tanker is going to be one of the maps. Hold me to it, Knight.
All right. I don't think we have anything of any of the bands yet. We also don't have the map choice yet. We are waiting on this information. I'm waiting on the password for the lobby. In the meantime, we'll fire up Onward. You'll hear that delicious Onward.
Thunder.
Yeah, that 810 also coming in. That Warthog spraying some fire down. A real classic.
The greatest sound in the world, in my opinion. Nothing says freedom more than a aerial Gatling gun.
Okay, we should be hopping into this lobby shortly. Should have that map selection for you as well very soon. Just hang in there for me 1 second.
And it is quarantine. Quarantine 1 to be specific.
Is that a spectator lobby or not?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
I'm in.
I went into the wrong. I'm going into the wrong.
This just in, NightFiree will be playing while commentating.
Say that map again, quarantine?
Yeah, it's quarantine. It's actually the south objective by ambulance to start off with, which is an interesting one because there's basically 2 different ways to approach it. If NightFiree is in, he might show. Are you in?
I'm in.
Okay. Let me move over there. Set up some cameras.
Yeah, we have all sorts of new and improved scenes now, so we don't have to show them anything at the start of the rounds. Instead,
Oh,
show them
perfect.
some good information like the map choice. I'm not sure what the map bands were, but I don't think we have those. I don't have those currently working, so you have to deal with what you got. We are going to be going into quarantine, though. Give me a second while we set things up.
It's a great map for long range and some short range combat. Just the long streets and the narrow buildings really give it a multi-level aspect of different play styles that you can see
Whispering?
out of the... No, I was speaking softly.
Okay.
Do you want me to move closer?
No, it's just like you suddenly really got gentle. It was very... It's all right.
Do you want me to continue or no?
Go ahead. Hey, continue. Sorry.
Fireplace voice. I lost my mojo, man.
No, that's my fault. I came in there and got you. Talking about long range and close range. It was very...
Yeah, it's
very seductive, very fast, that's all I'm saying.
It's probably my Buxton voice, if anything. He's got a really seductive voice. Like, he speaks so softly. But anyways, yes, it is a mixture of long range and short range areas, like those long range combat on the streets and the short range around corners. It's about steady hands and being able to predict where your enemy is, honestly. And good comms, as always, as I always reiterate.
I think we are all loaded up and ready to go. All the teams are in. Waiting on Blaze to ready up. The roster looks like their regular roster they bring into rounds. I think nothing out of the ordinary for G-Men as well. I hear that mouse clicking, Todd.
Oh, that's my keyboard. I can move it. Did I mess you up now?
No, I'm just thinking about what we should expect out of these teams on this first objective. It is going to be a ambulance objective.
From what I know of Blaze is that they are kind of they're a slower paced team. They like to they like to move up on objectives. They don't like to rush it. So we'll probably see some strategic moves, trying to, strategic flanks, trying to move up to good places of cover, increment by increment. Oh no, I'm sorry. G-Man's attacking. I'm out of it today.
It's all right. We'll get you back in it.
Yeah, I need more sugar water here. Some good sugar water. Anyways, G-Men, they're a very diverse team. I think they'll play it also pretty conservatively too. But enough speculation.
Yeah, we are finally
Let's see how they actually do it.
popping into the round. They're going to get a fast spawn, so it's not probably going to be too conservative at all. These guys should be playing this one pretty quickly. Might be able to get an early pick as well if Blaze aren't ready for this sort of spawn. You could be caught out getting into position. Could be some very early potential trades here from 404.
G-Men are opting to go on a more... They're going on a pretty diverse route. They got one guy going north, and they've got 4 of them heading toward the south by gas station. Maybe trying to put that early pressure on while the north guy picks off people. 404 hanging out in the garage there, trying to see if he can get a view if anyone is trying to counterflank in a way. But now the play's basically come to almost a standstill as they all try to look for each other. That conservative play coming into action again.
Yeah, G-Man waiting to see if he's going to catch anybody out of position in this defensive side. They're going to have to push up until they run into Bird. 404 with some more shots, trying to find maybe somebody over by ambulance. I think that's where he's looking. He's giving those call-outs to this squad.
I don't think anybody's across the street, though.
Ooh, and some more shots from Plane Wing, I believe. That's from Nako. He's got that 12 times. He's looking for a rooftop pick. They sent one up north. Who is that on the top there? Biggie Smalls. They're going to be trying to trade blows here long distance.
Whoever's got the steadiest stand will win.
Now go. I think is radioing in that north position. We are also having a push up onto Verds. Actually, Chief's slowing up into that pit. He'll be crouching his way across. He might run into somebody at Ambulance Rock, but this Blaze team is pretty well tucked in up over there by objective. Actually, a pick does come out from 404 and turning it into a 5v4.
Yeah, every one of these little picks matters in these early rounds in order to get that psychological warfare out of the way. If you can win these early maps, it sets the tone for the game.
Yeah, Chief here moving to this doorway. He's not going to spot Verds until he really gets out into that rock area. He should be expecting somebody tucked inside there, though. And he is looking very diligently into that corner. Another pick coming out. I think that was from Biggie Smalls on the roof. Finds one with the LMG.
Ooh, Chief Pineapple is not looking back at Verds.
Oh, but
He's also walking pretty fast. He might not... Oh no, he's on the wrong side of the rock.
Swooty's going to be right there, though. He picks Swooty and Verds and G-Man picking up 3. Todd, don't laugh, dude. This is... What are you doing? A good pickup from Verds. Very nicely done.
That was.
Meanwhile, another shot getting done in the behind the wall. I don't know what you're laughing about. This is intense.
I thought that was just the randomest luck, and I found it funny. Call me crazy. That was a great opportunity by Verds. Good positioning, good way to just stay silent, just perfectly executed in more than one sense.
He really waited, too. He didn't take those shots right away. I think right when he decided to take the shot, Swooty crossed out in front of him. G-Men did not answer. Now it's all up to Biggie in a 1v3, rather.
And he's on the, make matters worse, he's on the other side of the map. So that's just so many opportunities to get picked randomly.
Biggie Smalls, the lone survivor. Be coming up the middle where he will have the most coverage. I think the last 3 remaining are Verds, Prefontaine, and Nako up on the plane wing. He'll be dodging the view of both Nako and Verds if he takes that middle route. I have to face off against Prefontaine.
Nako's still hanging out on that plane room, trying to see if he can find the Biggie Smalls. Maybe get that early pick if he can. But Biggie's just crawling his way around,
Only has a minute left.
taking his time. Yeah, he's gotta pick it up soon. Gotta do something. Go cap or go kill, but one or the other. If you don't do either, you're gonna lose.
He's gonna try and vault up over that ledge. Or opt to push up towards ambulance in the middle here. He has 40 seconds left. I don't know if he's checked his time either.
Yeah, looking at that watch every once in a while, especially this late in the game, is just so crucial.
He just checked and he saw it. He knows he has 30 seconds left. Now he's starting to push quickly. Nade's coming out onto objective. Verge should be peeking this now. And Biggie has to crash with 20 seconds left. If he can pick Prefontaine, he's in an interesting position, but I don't know how fast he can cap. 13 seconds left now. Finds Prefontaine. Can he get in there and cap with 5 seconds left?
He's choosing not to. Or no, he is.
He can't.
He's going to cap, but he can't make it there in time.
Wow, if he had just timed that a scotch earlier, a little bit earlier, may have been able to punch the code in, but running out of time. Blaze taking their first defensive win, up 1-0 on Quarantine.
Yeah, just looking at that watch is just incredibly crucial to this game. I can't express that enough, especially this late in the game. It's just, you can literally set the score.
Yeah, I think I had the teams in the wrong order at the start. I believe it's G-Men are away, and no, G-Men are home and Blaze is away.
G-Men are home.
Yeah. I think the way the UI was setting it up, it was showing them as away. They are home.
Yeah, this would have been G-Men's map, if anything. And Blaze is already showing that they're pretty good in this map too.
Yeah, they are certainly coming out with a nice strong defense there. 2 alive to end that round.
The only question is, what will G-Men do in response? It's their time to defend, and we've seen it before that just being on the defensive team gives you a huge advantage.
Make a little adjustments. Making lots of adjustments to settings here on my UI and what have you. Got all sorts of new layovers now. And it is fantastic.
Oh yeah. And it looks amazing. And here we go, round 2. G-Men on defense.
Mirrored objective, so we'll have another ambulance objective. And looks like not mirrored spawns, however. Blaze will get that crater spawn a little bit farther away. Actually, probably the polar opposite of the spawn that G-Men had.
Well, the nice thing about the crater spawn is that there's many different routes you can take to attack the objective and kind of keep the defenders on their toes. So, it'll be interesting to see what Blaze does.
The early smokes coming out from G-Men, and that's will allow 2 of them to cross and get defensive positions over on this east side. Swooty pushing up on this wall. He may run into some members of Blaze, just barely misses them on his left. Wow, Blaze have kind of snuck in between Swooty here.
Yeah, they're just rushing up on objective. They're treating the long spawn like it's the rushing objective.
Yeah, it's interesting. They're utilizing the cover to get into these positions. Swooty's gonna miss this whole middle push coming out of these guys from Cryo and who is that? Batman.
Shots coming from the middle area right across the tank. Cryo going down. Batman seeing his friend going down. What will he do?
I don't know. Swooty's moved up with those shots, though, and he's trying to get positioned to hit them from behind. He may be able to find 1 or 2 here if he peeks a little bit higher, but he doesn't.
Once again, like I said before, it's just that those clean shots that really can make the game on these long parts of this map.
And we got Prefontaine and Verds on that west side, slowly moving out. They're not going to run into any action for a while until they get closer to objective.
Take your time, guys. Take your time.
Ooh, we got Naoko and Swooty right next to each other, but Swooty managed to get the kill.
Nice pickup. A lot of times those corner shots end up in trades.
Yeah, Swooty got pretty lucky there.
I don't think.
I think if Naoko wasn't expecting Swooty there.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say. Swooty finds himself another over in this position. Looks like nobody was expecting him here. Turns this into a 5v2. Now it's all up to the west approach from Blaze.
The nice thing about the west approach is that you just got a lot of building cover there and you got a lot of escape options, so
I'm gonna try to make
you
it
can
all
find
the way
yourself
around
under
down
fire,
the road.
just go into one of the buildings, or at least try to make it there if you can.
Yeah, and Verge is going to take an even longer route where he's going to wrap all the way behind these buildings. I think he'll avoid the side of 404 by doing that.
The hard flank can really come in handy on these things. Only issue is he has no offense coming from the front, so everyone will be focusing behind now.
Yeah, there is still all 5 alive for G-Men. It is a little heavy on that east side, though. If they can manage to find 1 or 2 picks on the west, Blaze can advance in. They find 404. That's the first pick they need.
Bird's eye view of 404. First step of many. Wonder if he can continue it.
Losing a little tracking, looks like. Some more shots coming out. Really far east, I wonder why.
Potential team kill? Or almost? I wasn't over there, so I wouldn't know. Birds is still taking his time moving up onto this objective here, trying to approach the gas station with caution. You can never know if anyone's in there. In this case, no one is, but he's playing it safe.
Yeah, him and Prefontaine are going to duo this approach. Kind of look at the defense from G-Men. They've angled themselves a little bit over here to this west side, but not quite enough. That one lone member way over on the east could be their demise if these Blaze members find some picks.
Except that we got 1 minute 40 left.
And
1 minute 30 to go. Blaze is burning time here. They got to make a move soon.
yeah, they are aware of the time. Bird's Eye radioing in.
Now the question is here, will they opt to go onto the north side of this objective building, where they're going to have to take fire from Chief Pineapple, or will they go on the south side, where they're going to have to encounter the man? Bird's is opting to take that north side, it looks like. I could be wrong. No, he's going on the north side.
Yeah, he's going to have to go up against Chief Pineapple, and he finds
Chief.
that early pick.
Will the man realize that his friend is no longer there?
I think he does. I think Bird's is throwing a frag, though. Wow, and it finds...
He gets it!
Man!
Will he get the cap?
30 seconds left. You can't cap from that corner. Swooty goes down on that main street trying to push up. It's all up to Chief. Biggie finds one. Sorry.
Oh.
Now Prefontaine has to push with 15 seconds.
Swooty's calling him out. But no longer. Prefontaine.
Chief's
Battle
hit.
going on around blue car.
4 seconds, 2, And just like that, G-Men are also gonna burn the clock out. What the heck is happening right now? We got two of the longest rounds we could have right here. Uh-oh. We had a quick series earlier today. This could be the polar opposite if this keeps up.
Are you talking Animal House, or are you talking? Yeah, I had one too with Lemon Squad too. It was just really fast. I guess this is the balance.
Yeah, apparently. It has to happen, I suppose. Either way, we've had some very long rounds.
Kind of a characteristic of these maps. Just everyone takes their time, tries to figure out what they want to do, and executes it in the longest way possible.
No kidding. Hopefully that trend doesn't continue the entire series. Either way, both teams did burn out the clock. I don't think I've seen that in a long time on a competitive map.
What happened is... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, most of the time teams are pretty adamant about pushing forward and trying to get the... trying to utilize their time. Because there's no point there's not a lot of points in burning time and not pushing forward when you otherwise could be. You know, it's getting into... You'll see Global Chem do this a lot. They get into position very early. They do not waste a lot of their time.
Yeah, a lot of times teams think of time as time. This is weird. Time as time to try to pick off people and get that small advantage in order to make that advance. But if you can't make those picks, you've got to start changing up the equation.
We are going to have a north spawn here on this objective. It's probably one of the better spawns you can get, just because you can take control of that north rooftop, which is a very important.
So don't go to rooftop?
Yeah.
It's an important location
Yeah,
because
sorry.
it provides such a view of the place, and you can basically call wherever they are
Sounds like
and
twins
strategically adapt your plan to their location. Early shots coming out from the two-story burning. Don't seem to land on anyone though.
Yeah, G-Man is the one that's causing these shots to come out. He's trying to push up onto this roof. Some suppressive shots from Biggie. He himself gets up there as well.
Stay alive, man. Alright, definitely sniper in there.
Sudi's peering down that valley right there, trying to see if he can get some early picks if anyone decided to go far south, which they didn't.
It is a good spot to be covering. More shots from the man. Rather Biggie, I think, suppressing maybe towards that middle area. And I think what Sudi will eventually do is, once he's sure no one's over there, he'll push his way up on that bottom floor and utilize Biggie and the man as his overwatch. More shots out over this roof. They're trying to find that guy over on that west side.
Once again, people are really taking their time on this one. Again, I wonder if we're going to burn the clock out a third time.
Yeah, I know. 4:30. No one's really tried to advance up. They are. I mean, people are taking their time because they're trying to cover lots of different angles. Make sure that they're not going to advance up and get picked from any obvious locations. Biggie's really doing a lot to suppress this side, but they're not utilizing that suppression effectively. They're not advancing up with that. He's doing a good job distracting Nako up there, who's looking directly at the rooftop, but
I'm surprised no one on the roof has really died yet. Honestly, it's such a prime location to be shot from, but they seem to be mastering the cover that's provided by the top up there.
yeah, these guys have really put a heavy defense onto a heavy focus on their west side. They have a lot of late angles, though, so as these guys make their approach up the west, Chief is going to eventually run into some people once he tries to cross this street, but it's going to be a little bit.
Another question is, will he be seen by the second floor of the burning building, Noman? No, he's choosing to go in the alleyway, so... Or no, he's not. 404 about to peek out. Will Noman see him? Apparently not.
I just don't think he has the right line of sight onto this spot right here.
Yeah. Noman is ducking in a bit. That's why. So.
Yeah, he's nervous with those suppressive shots coming out. If 404 can keep managing to scooch his way up here, he'll get into a precarious position, honestly. It's not going to be a good one. He doesn't have a lot of defense, doesn't have a lot of walls. He's pretty exposed right now. He's very lucky he hasn't been shot.
Even if he tries to move up onto the objective, he will literally be in a pinch between Noman and Naoko, just both having views of that courtyard that's in front of objective.
2 minutes and 20 left, and the G-Men squad not too close to objective.
So it'll probably be pretty historic if there were 3 clock burnouts in a row.
Yeah, I think it would be.
I'm not going to blatantly say it first, since I'm a little inexperienced with the history here.
You have jinxed us, so I appreciate that out of you.
Should I knock on wood, or I'm
far.
a little confused now.
It's far too late for that. Far too late for that. We're deep in it now. Biggie Small is going to get off that rooftop. Doesn't like that. 12 times coming in, and I mean, this G-Men squad is just waiting around. Minute 40 left.
5 on 5 nonetheless. We're about to see some hot action here.
I think,
Granted, everyone's looking at their clock.
yeah, it's going to have to require a lot of smokes and Biggie Smalls to maybe find a pick out in this rubble area. He's the only one that's really advancing to a position that could be potentially capping. Maybe that's his plan. Maybe they're going to try and run 4 heavy and have Biggie cap on this inside. Refontaine.
Whatever their plan is, it better be pretty quick.
Yeah, a minute left now.
Oh, 1 down on G-Man. Oh, holy crap. 2 down on G-Man, 1 down on Blaze. Actually picking up here, folks. 1 minute left to go.
Biggie is pushing up very aggressively into this middle burning building area. He's found one, but I don't think he knows Noman's behind him. He gets shot in the back.
Always got to check those corners. 38 seconds left to go.
Chief's trying to get this
It's
guy.
2 left. 2 left on G-Man.
Oof, Chief gets shot. Swooty. 25 seconds left now. He's trying to cross the street. He gets picked up by Noman.
Naoko went down, but he's not out. 15 seconds left to go.
Chief's gonna have to move, and Noman's gonna catch him as he does it. We almost,
11 seconds.
yeah, we almost did it.
I almost think that would have been pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. That would have been funny. It's an improvement, I'll say that. To at least have gotten a clean win. But now it is Blaze's turn to make sure that they don't run out the clock. Like I said, both these teams are pretty conservative. I think my statement has held true.
Yeah, no kidding. Been very little aggression and very relatively close rounds. I mean, that was a competitive push, but yeah, they just didn't have the picks to be crossing streets and getting out like that. And as soon as they tried to do it in the last second, I mean, that's when you know they're going to come. That's when you know as a defensive member that they're going to be pushing. Surprise comes in when you have a couple minutes left and the smokes are coming out. They're getting closer to objective. But
yeah, it's all about having awareness of where the enemy team is. If you're not seeing where the enemy team is, the chances are you probably have to move. That's a little bit of a rule of thumb. You can't just wait for the defenders to kind of just suddenly, oh hey, I'm here, because that's not their job.
yep. Yeah, and Blaze play very tight defense, clearly holding their positions and angles to the last second.
For an excruciating 6 minutes, nonetheless.
Yeah, it is taxing.
I'm sorry, it was 5 minutes 49 seconds this time.
Hopping into the 4th round on the first map in the series. Blaze lead 2-1. G-Man.
We got the overpass spawn, which means that it's basically a direct run in along the street. In which case, if you're defending, having a steady hand really works in your favor. Initial smoke on the street in order to facilitate the crossing, which everyone managed to cross.
Yeah, I don't think that was a necessary smoke, but...
Anything to be safe.
Yeah. Gives information to G-Men, though, that kind of gives you an idea that they may have crossed that street. The smokes are over there. Some more smoke south as well, though.
That is true. Prefontaine's hanging out at the center building, trying to see if he can get any early picks. No one's really showing themselves.
Swooty might run into this far north push if he's diligent and holds the angles here. But I don't know if he'll be looking over to that roof, that red roof area. That's Verds.
Yeah, those walls by that red roof provide excellent cover in order to facilitate a push in. The only thing you have to watch out for is just being suppressed from that 3-story where Swooty is. But I think Swooty's just unaware.
Yeah, they're really out in the open now. They're not using that cover. If he peeks, he'll see them. I think he does spot one, tags one. I don't know if he knows that he has another aggressor that's already crossed over. Verd's Eye will be the one that can find Swooty if he's lucky. Oh no, Swooty's gonna rotate out here. He should be picked up by Verds.
And he is.
Meanwhile, another going down Chief. Got naded in middle building. Middle burning, rather.
The major difference between Blaze and G-Man that I've noticed so far is that G-Man's defense is pretty spread out. They're not... They pushed up pretty far north there. Instead of kind of hanging around just objectives, so... Just food for thought.
Yeah, I do agree. It's risky to have guys too really far away from objective up north. If they had left Swooty alive for some reason, it would have been hard for... Biggie Smalls crossing. Would have been hard for them to defend objective properly. I think Biggie got into middle burning safely, but he still could be shot. He might get this res off. Turns it into a 4v4. Wow, one gets picked up. Biggie almost down, crouching really low, trying to stick to the ground. Getting just behind that rubble. Misses those shots. One gets picked up in the middle by 404. Now it's a 3v3. They've totally abandoned this west side. Bird's Eye's approaching up with a smoke in hand. Frag, rather.
Sorry, I had a brief technical difficulty. I'm back.
Almost finds himself shots there. He's quickly. I mean, he's
G-Men are about to
right in the middle of it here. Where are the rest of Blaze? I don't.
Does Verds even realize that the tenant upstairs is about to shoot him?
I don't know. Either way, Verds does realize somebody's up there. I think G-Man knows he's in there, and they trade.
And they trade.
Now it's a 2v2.
Shots coming down from the street there.
Biggie Smalls. Gets picked up. Now it's all up to 404. Blaze are looking strong. It is a 2v1 advantage, but look at this. Time is ticking. A minute 15 left.
Just using using up all the time that they got here. Like, literally, every single match has gone down to the last minute, if not expired. Prefontaine at 404. 404's butt is poking out the wall there. I'm surprised Pre didn't capitalize on that.
He almost does. He almost shot him as he crossed. There's some shots over towards Prefontaine. I don't think he's going to expect these ones. Oh, he does find the pick. Now it's a 1v1. 30 seconds left. Prefontaine might find 404 as he gets out and into the open. Blaze take the lead 3-1.
Bad repositioning on 404's part. If he just stayed there, he might have been able to defend it better, but he was just too open.
I mean, it's just interesting with 25 seconds left. That's really when you want to just kind of stay still and wait for something to happen. Instead, he decides
at least run out the time.
Yeah, but he opts out to get into the open and gets picked up from the behind. It's a pretty easy shot for Blaze, and now they're up 3-1 on this first map.
It's those little risks that lose games, so you just got to be really smart about how you play, especially when you're playing at high stakes, at least in this part. Next objective is burning. Be interesting to see a cap here because, you know, you can cap along the wall. I wonder if G-Men can pull it off.
Yeah, it is a common tactic to see to try to get up into that rubble area and get behind the wall for the cap.
Couple interesting spawns here too. We can see a north spawn and maybe a rush in, but G-Men just need a stroke of good luck on their side right now, and if they want to pull off this map win.
Yeah, Blaze is looking very strong right now. I think they're on a... No, they did... Did they lose their last match? I think they did, right?
They lost their last match to Stone Cold, I think, but they got more points. We talked about that before.
Right. I guess in theory they're still in a on a win streak then in their minds.
MMR win streak, put it that way.
Yeah, sure. We're hopping into our 5th round of this first map of the series. G-Men are going to have to take themselves a Marsoc win here. They want to stay in this round. They have the quick spawn too, that north fast spawn you're talking about.
Yeah. Let's see what they can do with it. I wonder if they can get those early picks just within the first minute and just change up the pace of this game on the dime.
They might catch one crossing here. Biggie was looking over down that alleyway over there. Over towards where Noman is now. Noman decides not to peek that though and wisely backs out. Similar setup here.
Yeah, 2 G-Men on the rooftop trying to peek out. Managing not to get killed again. Like I said before, rooftop's prime real estate to get shot from.
We'll see if these guys adapt to the defense because it's basically the same defense they've put up with the same offensive setup coming out from these guys.
I'm not exactly sure that these guys know it's a that at least Blaze knows it's a north spawn. Pre and Batman are both looking toward the east.
I think those smokes coming out may alert them. There are some decent smokes into that rubble area, but they're not on top of objective.
still one all the way in the east. He's behind those.
Smokes are out, but no G-men movement though. Like,
Yeah, it's never good to toss smokes and then not act on them. There is a finite. I mean, there's a timer on them, you know.
yeah, they're not infinite. You can use them as a distraction, but that really only works momentarily. Shots coming from the north, from the rooftop, headed toward Naoko. None of them landing. One of Blaze is down. That would be Prefontaine.
I think Swooty picked that up. He gets refragged by Batman. Now it's a 4v4.
Friendly down, friendly down.
Still shots coming from the rooftop, but Naoko's playing a pretty solid game of dodgeball here.
Wondering what 4. I mean, I have heard about playing slow, but this is real interesting. 404 is so far back right now. He's doing nothing basically.
Yeah, this is the moment where y'all have to start pushing up.
Yep.
You can't be pushing up last minute, otherwise you really can't do anything, and you're pressured, and just bad things start happening.
Dade's in a nice position over here on the east side. He should be able to catch any crossing, along with Noman also watching the same angle, so they have double coverage on this street. And it is the main street these guys are going to have to cross if they are coming from that north side, which now they know is the truth because the shots have rang out from that north rooftop.
G-men are beginning to move up a bit here, but not really at the pace that they should. They've only got 2 minutes left to work with anything, including crossing a street and either killing everyone or capping an objective. They're running out of time.
They certainly are. Chief is going to try and throw a smoke out here to allow him to cross this street, and I think it might be good. It could be a little bit too far, though. I think Biggie Small's going to help with that smoke, but he gets caught out by Batman as he tries to throw it. I think it's in a good spot for him to cross, but a minute 40 left. Now it's all up to these two in the middle, and the last remaining member, I think that is 404? No, sorry. The man. Trying to do a south approach with a minute 30 left. Swooty goes down. 404 has crossed. He's up to the wall. If he can crouch here and he can cap.
Well, the tablet's out. Does anyone see him? Naoko moving up to the wall here. Is he trying to get around? Doesn't even see him.
Wow. 404 sneaks in up to the wall with the smokes. And with only... He was the last remaining member of G-Men. Swooty had gotten picked. He was it. And he gets the cap. He slides in between... What was that, 3 alive members of Blaze?
Yeah, no, I think there were 2 people on objective there, and they didn't see him. Amazing what a good smoke can do.
Wow.
And now, with that one play, we have a tie game.
And G-Men go into a Volk defensive. That is pretty much exactly what they needed that round. That's the best case scenario for them, and they go into this next one, well, with mirrored objectives. So we'll see if Blaze get that similar spawn, how they will approach it. I imagine it'll be a little bit faster, a little bit harder.
So before this wall is just prime capping here. So many capping plays here, especially in like the last minute. There's always a great play coming from here.
Yeah, you really...
Definitely one of my favorite objectives.
You did call it, and you utilized that. That smoke was just perfectly placed to allow him to slide in between that defense. And I feel like Blaze almost kind of ducked back at the wrong time there. None of them were really watching their angles. Maybe they were all checking time, waiting to try and burn it out.
Well, what kind of confuses people about this objective is that when you know you have the north spawn, but you're getting capped from the east side, so you're not really looking toward the east. You're looking toward the north. You get what I'm saying here? It's a change in focus.
By the way, we got ourselves a game here. We're all tied up 3-3 on our first map. Hopping
And
in.
they've been running. They've been running down the clock on every single match, so plenty more to come.
What did the time get down to on that last one? I didn't see it.
A minute.
Jeez.
Like, spot on a minute. Like, I think it was like a minute and 3.
Well, a very clutch cap coming in, and now Blaze get the crater spawn. I think that's also, again, the farthest spawn you can get from the objective. We'll see if they play it fast like they did last time.
They can once again turn it into a north spawn if they just choose to all go toward the rooftop. But doesn't seem like they are. They've got a nice, pretty even split going on. 1 south, 2 middle, and 2 north.
I do think that inside track that Noman and Batman are taking is a good one, but it is risky as well. You can get caught out by people in the rubble. They're paying attention.
Yeah, we got 2 people moved on to the north side. Got 2 people moving on to the north side. Moving pretty far, actually. Trying to probably flank their way down. Luckily, G-Man's defense is pretty centralized to take on quite a flank like that.
Yeah, it's a very similar defense to that of Blaze, except they don't have... Actually, they do. They have the man in that in a very far back position, watching that west approach.
Shots coming out from the east. Don't land on anyone though.
Maybe in for another long round here.
I'm gonna agree with you on that one.
Alright, that smoke did not go as far as I wanted, but
However, as we say that, Blaze's left side is beginning to move up here. Their west side, I should say, is beginning to move up here, but not too far. They're just trying to get a view of the 2-story buildings, see if anyone's kind of hiding out in there, and judging if they can make an advancement.
Birds
They don't
is
know.
out in the open now. The G-Man should have spotted him. I don't think he did. Rotates on the other side of the wall, looking for the shots on Birds, finds one, and there's the second. He goes down. We'll see if the refrag can come out from Prefontaine.
Yeah, there might be a good refrag here. 404 is not repositioning, which basically doesn't help him all at all. Prefontaine moving around back? No, he's deciding not to. He's second guessing it.
Pretty risky, and it does get himself punished. Now it's a 5v3 all up to this east approach from Noman, Nico, and Batman.
So far, looking pretty good for G-Man, like you said. It's just that optimal situation of being on defense.
boys, let's move up.
3 minutes left, and they are starting to make their
3v5.
approach. Yeah. I don't think they have any smokes either. I think they used them and didn't cross with them.
Making that cap a lot harder. They're probably gonna have to go for the clean kill streak if they don't got the smoke.
Yeah, and it's going to be tough to cross that street that they need to cross in order to get to the objective without smokes, because 404 is watching it pretty diligently. Minutes left. They're gonna have to start advancing soon. Playing tech over there or what?
No, my mouse just died.
Noman's looking for the shots on Tanker. Does find the feet. That's a one pickup from
One down at
Blaze, turning it into a 4v3. Minute 40 left. They have one up on the roof. Noman's looking for 404. I don't think he's finding him. The shots are close, though.
nade going off in the center street there doesn't really land anywhere. Doesn't land anywhere close, actually.
Street, all the way on the far west.
You gotta be spot on with these nades if you want to get these caps, though.
Yeah, 404 has really tucked himself in here to this plane cockpit. He gets hit once, finds this member crossing. Now these other two are still going to have to cross the street. They have to get rid of 404.
Two people defending that objective. G-Man definitely learned from Blaze's mistakes.
Wow, then that was a really nice corner shot. 404 goes down. Now it's a 3v2. They know the time. 50 seconds left. Naoko and Batman.
Batman and Biggie Smalls trading here. Or not, I'm sorry, not trading. We're exchanging fire.
25 seconds left. Batman gets out into the open. He gets picked. Nako's going to have to go up and over. Trying to get onto Biggie. 20 seconds left. Now he's going around the other side. He'll run into Chief Pineapple with this route. He does get picked up. G-Men, with a nice comeback, win the map 4-3.
This is gonna be interesting. My mouse just died, so
All right.
let's see what I can do.
You can always phone.
I got it back on live for now.
You can always phone in Swooty or someone else to co-cast.
I think it was I got it working for now, but definitely we can get us. I think it was Sleepy.
Yeah, sorry, Sleepy. Yeah, if you want to message him and just have him there, that'd be fine. But it does look like we may be going into Cargo as our next map. I don't think it's a fluke. I think it's the real deal.
It is. I got my mouse working for now, but if it happens again, I'll definitely message Sleepy.
Excellent, and we are off to a pretty competitive start here. This match kind of living up to what I thought it was going to be. I mean, Blaze and G-Men, they are, and what I would say, some top teams. I mean, you look at the top 8 in the VR Master League right now, they are in very good form. Everybody is playing very strongly.
No, you can definitely see by the way they play. They're not rushing. They're not getting excited. Matter of fact, they're playing a little too conservatively, but we might not see so much of that on this map because it's a little bit more of a forced encounter.
Gosh, Todd. Come on, man. Now we're definitely going to see it.
What? It'd be like the first.
You're just out
time
here,
ever
left and right, dude, just throwing jinxes at us. We're gonna have a 6-minute. We're gonna have a 7-minute round. That's not even possible.
Who knows, man? It's an alpha game. Any glitch can happen. I believe Buxton told me once that they had a tie.
Yeah.
Once.
Yeah.
So anything can happen.
That is true.
Matter of fact, it'll be the only tie, according to him. Fix that.
Yeah, it was quickly fixed. It shouldn't be possible again. Let me update that total score.
It looks like that Blaze is filtering people around here. Unless someone disconnected.
Oh, they haven't had their 5th for a little bit, so I think that's what we're just waiting on. But yeah, they could be subbing in some people out. You're very right.
I did see some of Blaze's members in the chat, so they might be coming in like not ready. Was one of them.
Okay. Getting that deep intel right now. But it is going to be Cryocell, so he's back in here. Looks like they have the same roster.
Can't fix what ain't broke.
Yeah, that's true. They did have the 3-1 lead there, and
Yeah, they held it pretty well.
Excuse me.
Just that that cap really changed up the tone of the game there.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see if Blaze respond well. They played very good on Tanker, which is an old, I guess, diversion of what Cargo used to be, in a roundabout way of saying it.
I think it was the original Cargo.
It was.
Then they, I'm sorry, the original Tanker. Then it became Cargo afterwards.
Correct. But I'm just referencing that they did well on Tanker. They 5-0'd. Gosh, who was it? I want to say SFC Tactical, but it wasn't them. It was not Silent Purge. Stone Cold Killers. The abbreviations and the S's are getting me mixed up there. By the way, we are hopping into this first round on this map. Smokes.
Everyone's kind of rushing up here. This is very different than what we saw in quarantine.
Yeah, some tip. Sending one up into that room where G-Min's at's been something I've started to see pretty commonly. Is a nice defensive position. He has some cover. But this push coming out from Blaze is very fast. Naoko and Cryocell up here very early.
Early pick off of Blaze here.
Yeah.
G-Min's got the advantage. Noman went down.
Yeah.
He's a pretty crucial infighter.
The man with a nice shot up the middle there. Naoko and Biggie going to be running into each other eventually. I think Biggie hears that, and I think Naoko hears Biggie, so there's going to be a little trading. The man firing some shots finds himself another in the same lane.
They killed Batman. hanging out by one of the intermodals. I think he might have been shot underneath one of the doors.
Oh, interesting. Ooh, another.
No, he wasn't.
Naoko almost gets picked as Chief Pineapple sends down some suppressive shots. It's going to be tough for them to come out from that little spot they're in. Wow, and this is some good answering and some good communication. Swooty responds off those shots from Chief. He finds himself with one. Now it's a 2v5. G-Men are looking good on the defense.
Cryocell and Biggie Smalls were pretty close to each other for a little bit there, but Cryo decided he didn't like that position.
Yeah, the man and Birds right next to each other. The man rounds the corner, doesn't hear or see Birds. Birds gets the first pick for Blaze on Cargo. Now it's 2v4. I think Biggie Smalls is looking pretty focusedly over towards where Birds is. Might catch him as he comes out that doorway if he's not fast about it.
Cryo's still slowly moving up. Trying to see if you can get a peek. 404 on the other hand, who's hanging out by the container right in front of Cryo. If he decides to go look through that gap that's right there, might be able to get that pick.
You have to be really careful where that spot for 404 is, because if you get too close to that crate, they can see you through it and you get shot.
Yeah, it's like the butt wall on quarantine.
Right.
Just, it happens.
I think Cryo's
A lot of times.
pretty aware of where 404 is, though. Maybe not. I don't know. 404 peeks out, finds Cryo pretty easily. Now it's a 1v4, all up to Verds.
I don't know, this is the map of crazy clutches, but not today.
Yeah, we have seen some pretty good comebacks, but G-Men holding on to the round there, getting that first one under the belt. They go up ahead 1-0.
Very different tone. Much more aggressive than the previous map.
Yeah, I think we can thankfully attribute that to the map itself. I'm not sure what we could be getting from that last one, but let's enjoy these fast rounds while we have them.
They might choose Downfall.
I know, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
In which case, everyone go take a bathroom break. And the interesting thing is, let's see. I wonder if G-Men on the attack here are going to be as aggressive as they were on their defense, because they set someone up pretty far at first in that center building.
Right.
I wonder if they're going to pull the same kind of strategy.
I think your fastest option is to take the long tunnel. allows you access pretty freely to run up and get into a position where you're pretty well advanced towards that objective. It's relatively safe, but until you come out of that doorway, then you're going to run into some trouble. But what you'll see a lot of teams do is storm down here with a shield, come to this doorway, get call-outs, block some frags, and then try and get some frags of their own. I think this is actually where we saw the first shotgun kill come out for the league as well, so I wonder if we'll see G-Men utilizing a shield.
Shields are very powerful, especially on maps like these. They provide so much information. They're great for callouts, let alone you can do some like trick shot kills like I've seen some players do with the shield, but I can only dream to be like that.
Yeah, there's some insane plays that have come out of that shield, and that's just a lot of practice is what that takes.
Oh, you're kidding me. It's a tradition here. My Onward keeps crashing.
All right. Well, I am still here, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
Utilizing all 2 minutes there. Here's some sarcastic remarks coming out of the Blaze squad. Some early smokes also coming out from G-Men. I wonder if they'll need those to cross or if those are sort of just to play there for distraction. Verd's going right to where the man is, and we'll see if they're going to be ready for the same exact defensive position. Ooh, one getting picked up early. The man. This is a very hard defensive push from Blaze, Noman, and Nako. Can you mute yourself, please? While you're setting things up. Pushing up here. Ooh, gets punished at the doorway. Nako's still very forward advanced. G-Man is resable. I think that's going to be time for 404 to get that. Naoko could be a devastating factor here if they're not ready for him. Chief called that out, though. This is interesting. Nako's going to try and toss the nade into the center. That could be bad for Swooty. It is. A nice airburst hits him in the head. He is dead permanently. Now it's a 4v4. Naoko has really thrown this G-Men defense to a halt. They're still back at their spawn. Naoko might find something underneath on the man. The shots are out. They don't land. The man backs up. Oh, Chief doesn't see him prone here. Naoko could get an easy shot. He peeks out. No, actually, he can't see him because of this crate blocking his view. Finally, the rotation from 404 catches Naoko out. G-Man are now 4-3. I'd say Verge still in the best potential position for Blaze here. I think he may catch some G-Men relaxing after finding those 2 picks. Doesn't see Chief peeking out there. Frags don't quite land on the man. And they are aware of their time. 3:30 left. The radio is coming out there. I like that 404 is trying to urge this squad forward. They definitely need some urging. They sometimes get caught up in just holding angles, and instead of pushing forward, end up burning through time. 3 minutes left now on Cargo. The smoke from Chief comes out. Double smokes from 404. Verd's still the one that's going to shut down the man and any potential pushers up in the middle. Chief does get up to a position that's pretty forward on the other side of Verd's. Birds can't radio that in or he's going to give away his position. I think he does click, though. Biggie Smalls going up the tunnel. He'll be the one popping out of there, not running into much. 2:30 left. And 404 is inside this east room, calling out for his team to hurry up and push forward. Batman might be able to catch Chief here. Doesn't, as he gets over aggressive defined positioning. 404 now pushing up. Cryo Cell is suppressed. 404 is on the backside, finds Cryo. Now it's all up to Verds, who's tucked inside. He might be playing too slow. 404 can cap. Verds finds one. He's still on the backside, picks up Chief. 404 is punching in the code. This could be 2 points to the 3-0 lead for G-Men. And Verds, his position was strong. He was back behind enemy lines. He had an opportunity to come in there and clean up G-Men. He found himself with 2, but then didn't advance fast enough onto objective. G-Men go up 3-0. Todd, what's your status, sir? You're muted, maybe, still.
I'm ready to rejoin.
Have you whispered anybody?
Oh, no.
Try and do that. The round's over, so hit him with it.
Appreciate it, man.
Wow, we got ourselves a series here so far. This has been pretty competitive. Blaze definitely need to get on the board here as they go for a Marsoc round. It's going to be on a tough objective, one that's kind of tucked in the corner.
Yeah, they have the perfect opportunity to capitalize on it because they have that capping ability, especially on objectives that are cappable. Can't speak today.
And I don't think you got in because we are rolling into the next round.
No.
The shield coming out. That's actually kind of interesting to see. I think Nalco picked the shield, but then didn't want to use it, so he dropped it for Verds to utilize it. So Verds going to be rifle and shield. And this is the first shield round we see coming out of these guys. An aggressive push, some early smokes allowed G-Men to get into position on the other side near objective. No man here with a well-placed grenade could find the man. The Blaze have gotten up into position relatively early. I think the man hears the footsteps. Sees Noman through the crack and gets the pick. It was very close. Noman almost had him. This is a must-win round for the Blaze, or they're going to lose and be going down in MMR. And that is not what these guys want right now. MMR is in high demand. It's not actually very easy. It's not going to be easy to get with the from here on out with the matches that are scheduled, because players are not going to want to schedule challenges, especially with only the remaining week left. The wins and losses that happen here are pretty much what going to be finalizing your rankings, so Blaze need this map. They need this round. The smokes are coming out. Verds, interestingly, opting to whistle, maybe trying to distract, draw attention. Very interesting that you'd opt to be so vocal and loud when you don't need to be. Comms or proximity, players can identify you if you're over there, but Birds doesn't seem to be bothered by that, utilizing that shield to cross, and that gets 2 of them. Naoko and Verts to the other side. Blaze are very much stacked on objective side. They're not really opting to send anybody through that east tunnel, so 404's defensive position won't be doing much good. But it is necessary. More whistling from Verds. It's going to alert the man to their location. He peeks out and sees the shield. It works for Verds to cross, but...
He's in the red. He's in the red on the right. Shield.
Naoko also gets there. G-Man opting to back out. Naoko coming in with the nade. Doesn't find the man. A nicely tossed nade. I think that was from the man. Over the top does find 2. Now it's up to Cryocell and Batman. It's a 5v2. Both are resable, though. They could turn it into a 4v5. Cryocell gets the Verge. He gets the red. The Cryos goes down. Verge is up. He can res off Naoko. Batman goes down by 404. Now it's a 1v5 all up to Verge. He's going to get pushed by 404 on the backside. He has the shield. He's trying to get some flick shots on. 404 is crashing in aggressively. Birdseye backs off just at the right time, and 404 goes into a defensive position, all 5 on objective side. Verd's getting out of there by the skin of his teeth, and then trying to cross, gets across safe as well. Lots of dangerous moves. He's going to opt to go for that east tunnel with 1:40 left. We'll see if he can pull off that 1v5 comeback. .404 has to hear Verd's rotating around here, and he gets picked up. G-Men take the map and take the series. A very big pickup for them.
Really good to see G-Men finally pull up a nice, clean win.
Yeah, they're doing well today. We'll see what this final map is. They're going to want to play it aggressively so that they can secure a little bit more MMR. You definitely don't want to lose these last few, this last map or these last few rounds.
Yeah, especially with what's at stake here. MMR means everything now.
It really does.
Also looks like we lost caster.
They do realize you're gone as well. And now would be your
Okay.
time to get in while they're out of the while they're getting into the lobby.
It's not doing it for me.
Your 10. It's
Up, here we go. Perfect.
Um.
I'm in.
All right. Let me update the map. The scoreboard, rather. Got a lot to update here. Give me a second. Oh, whoops.
Alrighty, we're at Bazaar.
Yep. The final showdown for both of the series, well, 2 of my series today. I also learned how to spell Bazaar today.
It is a little weird to spell
Bazaar.
it. Bazaar, yeah, B-A-Z-Z-A-R. Or am I doing it right, or am I doing it wrong?
You're doing it wrong. B-A-Z-A-A-R. Is that what you said?
Oh, I did 2 Z's, so yeah, I was doing it wrong too. You're not the only
I
one.
was thinking 2 Z's, but I stuck with my guns and went with 2 A's, and that's the right choice.
Learn something new every day. First objective is this East Market area. Plenty of capping locations. Well, not plenty, but it's a good amount. You can cap from the little wall that's behind there if you go in that kind of dark alleyway. Or you can try to just sneak up
through the building itself, just capped there. But interesting to see which team capitalizes on this out of the two chances they get. Not Ready's in this time. So let's see how he plays. He's probably fresh.
Yeah, you would think so.
After all, he has been watching our stream and not warming up, so.
Been analyzing, drinking in. It's always tough to watch your team lose as well, and I'm sure they'll be coming in with some fire, hoping to catch some of these rounds here on this last map on the Czar.
Yeah, sometimes a lot of the times, these teams that have lost the game typically like win the last map in that final struggle for MMR. So, it'd be cool to see what Blaze chooses to do here.
Everyone is ready, should be hopping in shortly.
Do you think Blaze has not has a chance? Do you think Blaze is going to pull it off here once?
I don't know, it's been a close, I think they played it close on Quarantine. We'll see how they react after losing that series on Cargo like that. Kind of seemed like they were pretty lackadaisical about it. So maybe, I don't know. Depends on how serious they will play this last map. We'll see what their mentality is.
Yeah. Good news is that this map also has a bit of that ranged aspect to it. A little bit. Not as much as Q2 or Q1. Ooh, bit of a misfire with the start of the game there. But we're off now. And it is quick spawn.
Chief? Come with me.
See how G-Men decided to take on quick spawn here. They're probably just going to rush up.
Do they
I'd
not
imagine.
realize
You'd know
that
this
they
better
only
than I
have
would.
4?
Oh
Wow,
my goodness,
they don't.
you are right.
They had a
15 seconds.
They had a disconnect. Yikes.
That does not play good for them.
Well, they're going into the 4v5, it looks like. I don't know how you're unaware of that. I'm pretty sure they had 5 in there. They didn't opt in for the 4v5, but... whatever.
Accidents happen.
I don't think I've ever seen that. Swooty almost getting picked up by Nako. Doesn't, though. He just gets shot. He's going to rotate out and around into this corner. Wow.
Nako's trying to...
Swooty has to heal. I think that's what he's doing with his syringe right now.
Nako's moving around here. Trying to get an angle.
Wow. And
He doesn't. Or well, he did, but he wasn't quick enough.
Got him.
Swooty was really tucked in there. So now he's evening it out into a 4v4.
Southeast clear, southeast clear.
Yeah, normally you have the advantage here, but because of that disconnect, no one was paying attention.
Chief's pretty pushed up. He has his pad out. He's going to have to go through Verds, who's also relatively forward. It's a position I saw Silent Knight take as well for Animal House.
Verge just taking shots at something. Gave away his position to Chief. Will Chief capitalize on that?
I don't think he has the angle to. He's going to have to push out a little bit if he wants to find anybody in that 2-story.
He knows someone's there, though, and that's enough for me. But this can go any way, folks.
East approach coming in after that was cleared out. Swooty and I think that's 404. Not ready. He's up here
Someone maybe by scaffolding.
in a pretty interesting position. I think Swooty spotted him. I don't think Swooty can see him though. I think Swooty has to crouch to see this 2-story, the second story of scaffolding there.
Yeah.
Could be scaffolding, could be blue room. Bizarre blue room.
There was a little bit of action on Biggie Smalls is kind of creeping up along that back alleyway. Now taking shots at the Coyote Center, but they're not landing on anyone or anything. Well, no, he's homing in on Verds, but none of them land on Verds
Just
himself.
suppressing and distracting, I think. Drawing Verd's attention pretty well as Chief kind of makes his maneuver up this middle area. It's a good use of the LMG. We'll see if he runs into... I think that is not red. Who is that?
That's
No man up
Verds.
there. Manages to get past him, and Verge is so distracted here. Chief can come up. I think Verge hears the footsteps. He picks Chief up. Now he's focusing back over to Biggie. The distraction not worth it. Another pick coming around on that east side. Swooty refragging not ready, who found himself with one, and now it's a 3v2.
One down scaffold.
That disconnect is just not playing well for G-Man. They could potentially have a tie game right now.
2 minutes left. Big E trying to trade. That smoke not really where he wants it to go, I don't think. Maybe a distraction.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say. Could make Verds think that he's moving up further than where he actually is, as he, as a matter of fact, retreats and crosses the street. Verds hanging out that window. He might see Biggie as he... No, Biggie's not moving across. He won't have that angle.
Biggie doesn't have a lot of time to tussle here. Swooty, meanwhile, is going up the middle. If he can find Cryo, he'll be in the objective area with potential for a cap. Verds is going down towards Biggie, I think.
Yes, he is. They're about to meet. Oh, no, Verds is going into... They're separated by one room right now.
Yeah, Biggie, he's not going to be looking this bottom floor here. Unless Verds makes some noise. Oh my gosh, is Biggie going to get up the stairs? No.
No. Oh, he got knifed.
Nicely done there. Verds finds the knife. Swooty picks up one. Now it's a 2v1. Verds is out of position now as Swooty pushes up towards Cryo. I think Verds rotating back around now. He might be able to come up behind him. Cryo instead peeks out, finds one. Secures their first point of the round and take the lead 1-0.
I hope someone clipped that knife. That was just so smooth.
Yeah, it's what you want to do there. You don't want to give away your position, and if you have that sort of advantage, to have that time even is a blessing, so he utilizes it nicely.
Yeah. Ultimate stealth technique. That really helped with that Blaze win right there.
I don't think it was even necessary. I don't think it was entirely necessary, but
yeah, you could have just shot him.
At that point, but when you don't know where the other enemy is, it's always a good idea to be silent. So a nice move, regardless.
Perfect tension builder too. I was on the edge of my seat there for that entire room there.
Not a good use of time though. There's only like a minute left, and he was playing so Biggie was playing so slow, looking for that one pick.
Yeah, he's trying to aim at that window, and he was just so far away with probably the least accurate gun aside from the shotgun, which I don't even think is to be called accurate at all. But regardless, it wasn't the right loadout for the right strategy. Put it that way.
Okay, so now we don't. G-Men doesn't have their fifth.
Still down.
Right.
Who dropped? It would be...
The
man.
Yeah. I don't see him in Discord either.
Wonder if his power went out or something.
Yeah, they may have to call in a timeout here.
As if these rounds were taking long enough.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
I think I heard him in the lobby, maybe?
Oh, there he is.
There he is. The fifth man back So ridiculous that they started that round with one man down. They were all looking at each other too. They saw there was only 4 of them there, and then they just didn't do anything about it.
Simple mistakes, man. It can cost you a lot.
Luckily they have the series already won, so it the loss on that map there, the loss on that round there isn't too bad, but it's silly for that to have happen in a competitive map.
And like we said, MMR right now means everything to G-Men. They need as much as they can. Especially with this end of season coming up.
Yeah, we have some good stuff in the works tournament-wise. It's going to be fun to watch, spectate, and cast. We got some community members getting involved, and should be good stuff.
A lot of great stuff on the way, especially with us trying to figure out the new technology that we're working with, including instant replays and stuff like that. So be on the lookout for that. I think it can be really exciting.
For sure. I think now that we have all 5, we should be getting into this next round pretty shortly. That timeout may be going to good use here as well.
Yeah, filling them out on tactics and how they want to take on this objective. This objective has a bunch of spawn points, so when you're attacking, there's not really too much sense of planning. You just have to kind of go on the fly, but if you're defending like G-Men is, and they can use all the time that they want to plan out their defense. Hey, though, it's good to see that G-Men finally got one in the book.
I mean Blaze.
They've been a great team.
I mean Blaze.
No, I mean as a game.
Oh, yeah. Finally, what do you mean? They went on a 4-game win streak at the start of the season, lost 2 maps, and then they...
What? I thought we were talking about this before. Am I getting my teams confused?
Unbelievable, dude.
I'm getting my teams confused. Todd again.
You're not even getting your teams confused, because Blaze went on a 4-game win streak and then lost to Stone Cold Killers.
No, but we were talking about this before last time we cast the G-Men. That they could have really used a win. I could have sworn. I could be going crazy. I think I'm going crazy.
They won their first 3 and then lost 3 in a row.
Oh, okay. So that was on the end of that. That was on the edge of that streak. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
It's good to see him pull out of that, I should say.
Yeah, they did, but I mean, even then, their losses were so close. 11-7 Global Chem, 9-6 on Phoenix, and then a tie 9-9 against Anglers. So it's... They've been right in there with all their rounds, if they've lost them. Uh-oh. Let's see if these guys realize it this time.
Is it the man again? It is.
Oh my gosh, they're not gonna realize it a second time. They finally realized it.
That's incredible. Up, and here come the suicides.
Just in time.
I wonder if they're gonna sub anyone in.
I don't know if I had the layover up for that either. I did, okay. Not sure if we have someone available for the sub for tonight, other than me. Might have a lobby remake. I can see that happening.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on that for you.
At least they noticed at that time. They almost didn't. Thankfully, 404 counted. He looked over to that north side and saw that the man wasn't there. Because the man, I guess, he's their breakoff guy. He goes by himself quite often, so they just let him do that and to forget. At least they remembered it there.
And we do have a lobby reset going on. Fine.
we hop into this lobby.
Be able to get in fine?
Yeah.
Perfect. It's interesting, it targeted the same person twice. The lobby did.
Yeah. 404 getting dropped both times. Or sorry, the man rather.
And so now, I don't remember. Was that... Are we having a... how do I phrase this? Are we having the contiguous objective again, or is this going to throw it off that balance? Meaning the...
I'm not sure where that last objective was. I wasn't paying close enough attention, but yeah, it'll be a random. It'll be now we're in the random objectives, but this one
Okay.
will be random, and then yeah, we're back to still a comp.
Yeah, so this is completely... This would have been normal, rather than throwing off the rhythm.
Yeah, I think
of
it was
the
that.
objective
Yeah, it's the
response.
same objective.
This time we have ice cream trucker middle street objective, particularly Cappy one.
I was gonna. Isn't that the same objective?
Yeah,
That's
actually.
what I was saying. We're not. Everything's fine. We have the same objective. The name's up on the board.
I was focusing on how many members G-Man had, not on what the objective was last round. I'm gonna admit. The key areas to look for here. I'm pretty sure the video that they show that it covered it is that this middle alleyway right here is just a place where people can sometimes sneak up if you're not looking there and get the cap. So it's a very punishing objective.
Still waiting on the man to join. Maybe he's having some issues. Probably resetting the computer.
Yeah. It sucks whenever that happens. I've been there before, and it's just not fun. They can't get the man in. Are they still in their timeout or no?
I think you have.
They're
I
not.
think you have 2
Okay.
or 3, maybe even. Oh.
Yeah, if they can't get the man in consistently, they might have to use their timeout and call in a reservist if they want to have a fair fight.
Is curious. Apologies there. Not sure what that was.
Sorry, that was my brother.
Man, we could be here for, I don't know, not too much longer. They are going to have to get into that round soon.
Yeah, the 2-minute timer, unless they call the timeout, will come into play here. Not. Team could be penalized. Still waiting on the man. Probably is restarting his computer.
Yeah, that would have to be my guess.
Either that, or sometimes when I've had issues like this, I've had to go as far as reinstall Onward. I'm hoping it's not that for him.
Might be a Steam VR issue also. There's been some of that going around as of late, so.
Yeah, anything could be a suspect here. Gonna quickly check in on chat here. Hey, Rivalman, thank you for the clip of that. Matter of fact, why don't we go back and look at that clip, the knife.
Well, usually the guy that's in control of the stream suggests these sorts of things.
We're killing time here.
I know, but
We should do that.
unreal, Todd. It is a nice knife kill, though. Ooh, they're looking for a sub, it seems.
G-Man, or I'm sorry, the man is in. I wonder, they're starting it now.
Yeah, I think
Here's
they're
the part
just
where
going to
we
opt
count.
into the 4v5 for this last one. They won the series already. Oh, actually, they did get the man,
Oh,
and he dropped.
Shit, he's not in here.
yep.
No way. Let's
let's
play
just
it.
play it.
Let's play it.
I think they're going to play it out.
Yeah.
Switty, you take it. Switty. Or Vicky. Vicky, you take it.
Yeah, they just have to play this out at this point. They're fortunate enough that these bugs didn't hit them in the last two maps, and they won those.
Definitely. That could have really thrown off the
Oh, wow.
balance.
404 finds an early pick. Two early picks, actually. Now turns it into a 3v4.
Both are still resable though, so we could still be seeing some 5-on-4 action though.
You stay fine. You stay there, because we're down one man already.
And they're right next to each other. Only issue with trying to res them is that they're in a very exposed alleyway. Smokes out, not ready. Resing one.
Yeah, it is.
He doesn't have a needle now. Oh, Birds gets the next one. 4-on-5 action.
The team restored. I'm gonna make their push on this east side here. I wonder if 404 will be ready for it. He is up in a nice spot. On top of that little shed ledge.
Yeah, I could easily drop down on someone who unsuspectingly walks on by.
I think he's also relatively covered from any eyes like Naoko when he comes out, but he may still spot him when he peeks this corner. Not somewhere you typically look, though.
Yeah. Naoko actually opts to go inside the East Market and potentially get hot dropped.
I think 404 now. Here's Verds right beneath them. More shots coming out from, I think that's Biggie Smalls or Cryo maybe in the middle.
Yeah, I think it's Cryo toward Biggie. There's a shield.
This position that 404 is in is really something, though. They don't know. They have no idea he's here. If he stays disciplined and waits it out, he can find himself more than just one.
They're like just in that sweet spot where they can't really do much.
Whoa.
Not ready season.
Oh, the shield guy goes down. Another one is Rezable. Swooty, looks like.
Yeah, a good observation by Not Ready. Just noticed that someone was directly above him. Definitely saved the day there.
Swooty gets secured, and now it's a 2v4. Ooh, Biggie finds that refrag, turning it into a 2v3. The rest of the squad, one up the middle and the shield on this side with Verds. Cryocell finds another crossing to pick up Swooty, who is dead already. Now it is all up to Biggie Smalls on objective, who I think grabs himself another. Now it's a 3v1. Sorry, 2v1. Not Ready is Rezable. I don't think Verds is going to be able to get that. No, he is. Verds is going to relocate, grab a syringe off the dead body from that Volk member, and then come back and get the res.
Biggie's hanging pretty close to the objective, especially with that ominous smoke right there. Cryo has the perfect opportunity to cross and potentially catch Biggie on his flank. But Biggie decides to move back. Will he see Cryo in the middle of the street?
He's going to have to peek up over that ledge if he wants to. I think he's probably more focused on that shield push there, and I think Cryo's going to be able to sneak by. Yep. Reminder, the score is 1-0 in favor of Blaze. They did take that first round, and we had to remake.
Up nade going, or no, it's a flash nade. It goes a little far. They don't hit each other initially. Cryo going upstairs and gets Biggie.
That was interesting. I think Cryo was completely flashed. And he was blind firing his way around that corner.
You could be right. I felt like that flash was a little far, but
I don't think the way you're looking doesn't determine how the flash affects you.
Yeah. No, it doesn't. But I just felt like the flash went a little far, but
Yeah,
I could be
agree.
completely wrong.
Either way, Blaze grab another round, up 2-0 on this final map of Bazaar.
But now they are on defense. However, they probably will still have that one-man advantage unless G-Man managed to find themselves a quick reservist.
The man is here. Interestingly enough, he's changed his G from that special D to a normal one. I wonder if that was affecting something.
You think it would affect everyone, but I could be wrong.
I agree.
Let's see if this works. This is some pure science going on here.
He is in the lobby. It wouldn't make it back into a... They've been playing 4v5 this time, the last 2 rounds, so been at a bit of a disadvantage.
Hey, you gotta admire his persistence, you know?
Yeah, I mean, the season is, like we've been saying, in a state of flux. Things matter a lot, so these guys don't want to just throw away rounds.
Want to take every chance they possibly can. And all the East Coast reservists have probably gone to bed by now. It's 12 o'clock where I'm at, or it's 11:47. But
yeah, we are getting into the later portions of the night. Let's see if the man hangs in there for his team this time. Doesn't look like it. Oh, it does indeed, actually.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
there.
good old-fashioned 5-on-5 action coming right up.
That is what I prefer, and an interesting strategy coming out from G-Man. They're going to send one around for the flank and wait for him to get into position until they cross here with their smokes. They may still run into some action as I think this is Noman? No, Naoko. Looking for some shots into that mini courtyard.
Shots coming from the mini bazaar as Biggie Smalls tries to suppress. I think it's Naoko.
Yeah, Naoko's looking over there at the 12.
Yeah. Just nothing landing. Wait. No, they haven't landed yet.
Yeah, actually, one pick happened to trade. Actually, no, was that a trade?
Nope. No man in chief.
Look at.
I didn't know. I didn't catch
Wow,
it.
I mean, there's action everywhere. Swooty tried to make the cross. He almost had his way up there, but then got hit by Not Ready, who has a nice prone position underneath the ice cream truck. Biggie Smalls is completely suppressed. He's gone prone. He's trying to get his way out of that sticky situation, and the man's pretty much the only one with freedom to move. We'll go two-story Kayat looking for some picks out towards objective.
404 hanging out on the other side of the street, trying to figure out what exactly he wants to do.
Biggie Smalls is getting flanked right here. I don't know how this guy, I don't know how Verz got behind him, but a nice frag gets Biggie, just barely staying slim by that pole. Doesn't get picked up, and now 404 is going to have to worry about Verz flanking him in the back.
A clean kill on the part of 404 right there. 2 shots, all it took.
Yeah, he was very ready for that. A lot of the fire going out. He heard the last winning shots coming from the enemy, and he was focused his attention there. Now it's a 2v3. The man moving east with 3:30 left.
Volk is beginning to condense on objective here as they're beginning to lose more and more of their players,
curious how-
making it harder for Cap.
I'm curious how this Marsoc member died. I wonder if it was a team kill. I don't know. I don't see any Volk around this east side that would have gotten that pick.
No negatives in the stats, so I guess it's a mystery.
Indeed it is. 404 and the man still in similar positions. 404 is pretty free to move up closer towards objective.
He will be in a pinch if he tries to cap on objective. He'll be in between a blinded Not Ready because he has a wall, and Cryocell, who has a decent view of the objective in some areas. Probably not so much if 404 decides to try to cap from inside the building.
Yeah, 404 has this clear line of sight straight up this street. He can just walk right up there into that objective building and cap in the corner.
Yeah, Blaze is not really taking the objective from all sides, even though they got 3 people.
Yeah.
Kind of rather undefended.
Yeah, it is. It does happen, you know, in these moments when you have picks come out. You have these small gaps in your defense. Not Ready is still covering that spot, so I think he may be able to catch 404's movements. But it's all going to be on luck and when if he's going to peek at the right time.
The man's peeking out also onto the objective street. Trying to see if he can get any intel. Looks like he's not taking any shots at any common areas. So he's trying to be pretty covert. Oh, never mind. That is a smoke coming out, I believe. Yes, it is.
404 has taken the right approach here. He might be able to catch Not Ready rotating. 404 is on top of objective. Cryocell's the only one that really has a shot on him. Naoko's going to have to rotate or back around the backside, which is what he's doing. The man catches for a rotating member of Blaze. Now it's all up to Naoko in a 1v2.
404 user coming in and just nails him with it, securing the win for G-Men.
Just needed that 5th member, believe it or not.
That one person, no matter how good he is, can just provide so much. You good?
Oh, I'm fine.
You sound like you're
I'm good to go.
And from one capable location to another, we have Mini Bazaar, which has just so many places where you could approach from. It's a nightmare to defend.
A lot of different angles and walls and inside buildings, outside buildings.
Yeah, exactly. And you only have 5 people to think about all of those at the beginning of the match, let alone toward the end where everyone's dying. It gets out of hand pretty quick.
Do still have all 5 members of G-Men online.
Yep, that's a good thing for them. However, all the crashes happened when the game started, so we'll have to hang in there. See what happens. Chief Pineapple's not. Oh, he's ready up now, so we might be getting underway pretty soon.
Rate of play has been pretty good today, despite having really long rounds. We actually got through some maps pretty quick.
Cargo is pretty fast.
Yeah, really fast.
That went by pretty fast. But the caps on quarantine really sped up the process there.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. Naoko getting a LMG clip onto his sniper rifle.
That's ingenious. That is ingenious. I applaud you. Got a quick rush coming from G-Men. I'm sorry. I'm getting my people mixed up. They're moving up. Blaze is moving up on... It's 12 o'clock here. Blaze is moving up on Middle Street. And Cryocell is trying to move into that building, seeing if they can secure this alleyway right here. Make it clear to move up and get a view of the objective and potentially see if they can even cap. Try to, for them, win the game if they can cap. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it is. They are up 2-1 right now. Scoreboard does lie. But this is an interesting defense from G-Men. They're basically going to give that whole little inside mini courtyard area up to Blaze. Free for them to cap, and they're going to force them to cross the street towards objective, and that's when those shots will start to come out.
Yeah, they're really placing a bet on Biggie Smalls being able to catch anyone who tries to cross the street. The only way you can really, and Swooty too. Swooty's also defending too. The only way you can really get across there is if you pop Swooty or Biggie, one of the two, and then just deploy a lot of smokes and just try to cross and get a quick cap in. That's the only thing coming to my mind. Do you have anything?
It's going to rely on Naoko and Not Ready on this west side. And get the right smokes out, get that pick off on the man. They'll have that back entry point open to them. And that's when they can come in for some potential caps behind some walls, maybe inside the building. They're going to be going really fast, actually. Not Ready and Naoko crashing in on the man. I wonder if they'll be ready for him. The man comes out, finds one. The refrag from Naoko is secured. Meanwhile, the push coming out close to Biggie. He finds no man. 2 going down in that center lane, and now it's up to The one remaining in Bazaar, he gets picked up. Biggie almost gets team killed by 404, and the last one alive is Verds on the north side.
Yeah, rush just did not go in favor of Blaze there. Just there wasn't much coordination. Both sides didn't converge at the same time to create chaos. Sorry, I just bumped my mic.
Birds with his back to Chief Pineapple gets shot. G-Men tie things up 2-2.
It's wonderful news for G-Men after having to battle through 4v5 situation and losing to that in a very close round nonetheless.
Yeah, it was a decent attempted push there. They managed to find themselves with 2 picks, but they just didn't get enough for them to get close on into objective. When you have these kind of defensive holds where you're really holding angles that are going to be people pushing objective, you end up getting these chaotic pushes like that because a push typically involves a couple of guys crashing down on objective. So
yes, you just want to create that pressure and make the enemy team break while trying to defend and basically look away from objective and potentially cap in a best case scenario.
Yep.
But it just the north side came in way too early. They took the care of the north side and then they focused on the south side and just cleaned it up.
if you are just tuning in, you're here at the last map. G-Men took Quarantine 4-3. Then Cargo 4-1. Now we're on Bazaar all tied up. Not sure what we have coming up this week. I think there's some ESL matches tomorrow and Sunday. Take a look. I'm trying to see what the prime time would be. I think it's Vikings and Pack 1. I believe that match is being cast Friday by ESL. And then I know there's a match on Sunday. I believe Baby Cannon Fodder versus Silent Purge. That's also being cast by ESL.
Ooh. That's gonna be a fun one.
But I'll tell you what, we got that bomb production value, and we're gonna, I mean, I just haven't had time to roll out replays today when I do 2 casts of all days, but we have replays working for a lot of other casters, and it's gonna be pretty cool for us to be able to just pop those open pretty consistently.
Yeah, it's very exciting stuff coming into the production here.
Up, they're in there. They're in there. They're in there. They're in pockets. They're in pockets already.
Opposite sides of the map here. G-Man electing to send 2 of their guys on the flank, on the far wall.
These Pineapple,
Hopes
some
to.
shots out in the middle of Bazaar, doesn't land anything.
There's one in West Bazaar.
The man also missing his shots.
Pocket south, I missed.
G-Man are doing a somewhat similar strategy to Blaze, but in this case, they're sending one man kind of down the center of an alley in order to kind of create a wider front in order to be able to look on both the mini bazaar and the street. It's kind of ingenious.
Biggie laying prone and sideways here, trying to let loose some rounds into that mini bazaar. Not going to find anything. 404 and Verge trade.
But Verds is resable. You probably will get res by Cryo. He does.
Did they trade? I don't even.
Well, they didn't trade now because
Obviously.
Verds got resed.
Cryocell
Shots coming.
being a little aggressive there out in the open.
Noman a little pinned by the member of G-Men firing from the north side of the map. Getting called out, makes his escape under smoke.
kind of opening up the mini bazaar itself. 2 G-men. I'm sorry, that's the south side. I'm getting my directions mixed up.
It's like Verd's got picked being pretty aggressive, pushing up over near Swooty. That's a super aggressive move.
Very spread out play.
Yeah, we got shots going everywhere. Some in the middle bazaar. Cryocell trying to trade with the man. Verd's getting traded over there on that south side. Biggie suppressing the mini bazaar. Coming in from a lot of different angles.
Yeah, I think it's because Blaze is playing a very spread out defense. Put it that way. Yeah, they got a very, very spread out defense. There's only one person who can really see objective right now. And he can't even see what's in front of it. He's only seeing the objective itself. That being not ready. Aside from that, they're just hoping that all the other defensemen can pick off and give themselves the advantage.
The man almost getting caught on that north side, but does get the information, so he knows one's in that northwest corner.
Cryo's moving up here. A little further than what I'd normally see for a defense on this objective, but
Yeah, he's been
I'm willing to see how this starts out.
kind of getting out there, and no one's been punishing him for it. Chief Pineapple kind of getting up close. With a minute 50 left, they're going to have to start advancing soon.
Is this the third rundown are we talking about?
Not sure.
I've been known for jinxing things.
Ooh, no men finding Biggie on the back end. That's a nice pickup.
Advantage Blaze after that play. 4-3.
Minute 30 left. I'm not sure what their plan is yet because they're not in position to crash onto objective. They only have one pick. Actually, yeah, Chief now gets a team kill.
That is not what you need at this point. That is exactly what you don't need.
Yeah,
It's now 2-4.
I think he was thinking that Cryocell was over there, and a minute left. Him and Chief are gonna have to sprint onto objective.
Blaze is beginning to condense a bit on objective in order because they know that this attack is going to come. It's got to come within the next 45 seconds.
Nice,
One down,
nice
one
shot
down.
from the man. Picks up 404. Not ready. Finds a frag. Cryo doesn't pick up the man. The man's gonna have to heal and go for not ready here in the middle. 30 seconds left. Crosses the street again. Not ready. Doesn't land the shots. 20 seconds left. He's not moving fast enough.
Going on a far flank.
Naoko misses him cross. It's inside objective area. He picks up not ready. He can cap with 10 seconds left.
Will he get it in 10?
Naoko, no, he doesn't. He pulls the
chooses
gun.
not
He thinks
to.
Naoko's gonna crash on him, and he fakes the shot. Doesn't land it. Naoko securing the win, pulling up their team 3-2.
What a play. Just being on the pressure route, just being on the defense and that close really saved Blaze there from what could have potentially been a cap. 10 seconds left. I don't know if he had the code memorized, but if he did, he could have gotten that.
Yeah, he thought that Naoko was going to come in a little bit earlier than he did, and then once he committed to pulling out his rifle, he had to go for Naoko, and he just couldn't get those shots when he rounded the corner.
Very close. That was pretty amazing to watch.
Blaze continue to put up a fight after losing that cargo match. They're sticking in this bizarre one, up 2-3. Or up 3-2 rather.
G-Men finding themselves on the defense now of what I consider a particularly hard objective, mainly because it's just so open. And it's so hard to find a good defending spot on the middle bazaar. But they are a good team. And they do know the good spots, so I think they can pull it off. I'm pretty sure Knight here is thinking the same way. After all, he is G-Man's biggest fan.
Yeah, I'm on G-Men, trying to stay unbiased. Focus the attention on both squads equally, since Blaze have been still playing pretty well. They can grab themselves an offensive win. They'll take this map, which would be softening that blow to their MMR loss.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
And Blaze have been known to play pretty well against pretty good teams, so I'm not counting them out yet. G-Man going for the wide defense here. Well, actually not too wide. It's probably a moderate defense.
404 just missing. Some guys crossing on that east side. Now he's going to look over there. He might be able to catch one late rotator. Does see him, but he wasn't looking. Had his gun over there, but didn't get him. Took some shots. He's going to have to heal himself.
So far, no one down yet. Noman, he's coming out of Bazaar. Will he be seen by the man on the second level of the Kayat Center? Noman chooses not to go that way. Good feeling.
Not ready.
Just to go.
And the Shield of Verds are making their north approach. I think that's what Verge is going to do, is rotating back around a more northeast corner with the rest of his squad.
Noman is, yeah, all except for one of Blaze is choosing to attack from the north. Will they strategically condense on objective, or?
I think Naoko's there.
Like
I think Naoko's their Overwatch. He's got the 12 times on. He's probably just pretty much sit back there. Maybe try and find a 2-story position to Overwatch it. You have to be careful crossing here, though. 404 has an angle. G-Man, the man also looking down there. The smokes are going to come out to try and blind him. Actually, it was picked up by Not Ready.
Chief Pineapple just hanging out there waiting for the perfect opportunity to pounce on prey. Naoko taking shots.
No man goes down. Chief Pineapple tucked into the corner, finds one. Can he get the shield there? No, he doesn't. This guy, remember, with the shield is now pushed up. Swooty finds him. Swooty's tucked into the corner. Can he get Not Ready? He finds Not Ready. Now it's a 1v4.
What a play on G-Man's part.
Naoko getting picked off. And G-Men take a very fast Volk win.
G-Men played that so well. They waited for the opportunities to present themselves, and they capitalized on every single one of them. It's a good Onward,
Yeah,
right?
a very good series. A lot of good action. Some close plays, some knife kills, some good frags.
All around two great teams being played here. What else could you ask for, really? It's gonna be interesting to see, though, how G-Men choose to approach this objective. Blaze chose to approach from the north, which they were just too exposed, honestly, to do too much, especially with the amount of G-men that were in the back porch. But if G-men could, I'd imagine, and this is me speculating, they could somehow kind of like evenly balance people coming from the north, keep people coming from the south, and just attack the objective from both sides at the same time. I think they could pull off something pretty incredible there. That's my strat. What they could do is completely different.
I think that's pretty much everyone's strat, Todd.
Well, I said it on stream, so it's mine now.
What kind of spawn G-men run into, and this is the map point. The last map, the series already won by G-men, but
The series is tied, despite what the scoreboard says.
no, the series is won. The map
I'm
is
sorry.
tied.
The map
There
is
you go.
tied. You are right. Todd needs to go to bed.
All good, dude.
From the looks of it, G-Man is electing to send three other people kind of around on the far right flank. Far east flank.
Whoa, I'd like to address the fact that Naoko aims with his left eye.
Is he right-handed?
Yeah, I think so.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I think he's aiming with his left eye. Maybe I'm wrong. Ooh, either way, members going down left and right. Biggie Small, the suppressive fire out, not being successful. The East trades happening fast. Chief looking for something up the middle, doesn't get it.
4-on-4 and Swooty just couldn't get to cover quick enough. They're both out. Blaze has lost their Nomen. So far, Blaze has got the advantage right now. Shots coming out from the east side.
Just Chief suppressing as he backs up, finds one out of place as they rotate. Not ready, taking up a similar position to, I believe that was Swooty. That east side is pretty much open for G-Men.
No, I didn't get the one in Mission Blue Room. I got the one in Blue Room across from Bazaar, east side of Bazaar.
Dropping that pad.
Yeah, it happens a lot. So it's actually, I've noticed it's become... Oh, Chief Pineapple doing some more suppressing fire, exchanging fire with the second floor of the Kayat Center, but none of his shots are landing.
Naoko with that 4 times also doesn't get anything onto Chief, and Chief's kind of pinned inside this room. I don't think he knows what to do.
He can't move out. You can try to move back, but
Yeah.
this is going to take a lot of time, and they've already wasted half of it. Not that they've been, inclined not to recently, but...
He has 3 minutes to rotate around this east side. It is plenty of time, and it'll be a safer rotation. I don't think Cryocell will have the angle to pick him up.
G-Men so far, they're not pressuring the objective that much. They're just not playing aggressively. They've only got a minute or 2 minutes and a half left. And they've been known to bring it into the last seconds on this game so far. And quite frankly, they cannot let the time run out.
Yeah, Scoreboard does say 2-3, but we are tied up 3-3. And we have 3 alive on each side, so everything is in order. Biggie Small is actually... I was questioning the man's rotation, but he managed to quickly enough get over here on the east side with Chief. So him and Chief can kind of push up this way. The man might get caught out. He's not careful by Naoko in his 12 time. I don't think Naoko is looking out that direction anymore. Yeah, Naoko's holding a little bit of a tighter angle now, and he's just not going to see this east rotation. Scavenges some frag grenades, I believe. I think he swapped out his smokes for some frags. And actually, oh, I thought that frag might have gotten somebody. The man rotated way farther east, so... All 3.
Yeah, it landed close to Biggie, but it didn't hit him. Didn't seem.
A minute left now, and the man maybe realizing his rotation would be too long. He's starting to come closer towards objective. Him and Chief need to push up with Biggie. This is that pinch you're talking about. If Biggie can find the pick on Cryo, that'll be a nice... They'll be in position.
They're in 2 different rooms, and he's only got 40 seconds to make a room. Stealth is out the window. Should be out the window by now, but not for Biggie.
The man now pushing up.
The time he can
The man's bottom floor finds Naoko. He's inside objective building. 25 seconds left. He has to play a little bit faster and get up to objective and cap. Not ready. Cryo cell doesn't find Biggie. The man is close to objective. He's going around the back end now and dodging. Not ready. Chief Pineapple has to come in. There's only 12 seconds left now. Not ready gets picked up. Cryo's trading with Biggie. Biggie doesn't find Cryo. The team kill comes out. The man has to cap with 3 seconds left. He's not going to get it in time.
And Blaze takes the win.
And that is not a good trend to have as a competitive team, to play things out to the last second and lose like that. But yeah, nice defense. Blaze hold out just by the skin of their teeth. I think if he had maybe 4 or 5 more seconds onto that timer, could have been a cap.
Definitely could have been. He was just right in position. If only they made this move just a little bit sooner, they could have been G-Man 5, Blaze 3.
Instead, we get a rather close round and an incredibly close series. Overall, quite a fun one to watch.
Oh yeah, definitely.
G-Men coming out ahead 11-8. I think that'll be it from us on the Master League. Todd, thank you for joining me on the CodeCast. That was a lot of fun.
Always a pleasure.
If you do want to catch more Master League, well, follow the stream. Follow Onward Master League 1 and 2. Follow the Twitter. You'll get your dose of Master League.
Website.
Anyway, that's it for us. We are out. Thanks for tuning in. We will catch you, I think, tomorrow at some ESL rounds. Bye.